Hello, Teacher Katie.
Hi. How are you? I apologize. I'm a little late. My stomach got like a little upset and I had to go to the bathroom. So I apologize.
I was more late.
Were you? No, I'm like 3 minutes late to our class. So it's okay. All right. You read book 2 already? Wow, I like that notebook. Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Whoa. Very good. Do you want to read that out loud to me?
Blake pulls out onions in front of his house. Next, he rides a horse to the castle. Then he meets his new friends and sees Griffin the wizard. When Griffin the wizard says he is going to have his own dragon, he gets excited. Last, he makes a good friend. His good friend is Worm.
Nice. Very good. So what we are going to do is, I think, more discussion and talk about the books rather than, I guess, reading practice. Yeah. Did you read that book already? Have you read the whole thing?
But I read everything.
You read it all? Yeah. Okay. So let me show you the worksheet that I'm going to be sending you. Let me see if I can pull it up. And you're going to fill this out on your own time, right? Let me see if I can open this up. Let's see if I can share the screen. Here we go. Ta-da. This is what your worksheets will look like from now on. Okay. So we'll just go over this a little bit, right? So you've already read the book, so that's cool. So on Wednesdays, right? If you have not already read the book, then you can start reading the book. Okay. And then after you read the book, then you'll fill out your worksheet and it looks like this, right? And I already have the title of the book. So all I want you to fill out is the author and the illustrator, what genre it is. Do you know what a genre is? Okay.
Nonfiction.
That is correct. It is nonfiction.
Realistic fiction.
This one is nonfiction fantasy.
Fantasy.
Yes. Yes, because it has dragons and other fantasy elements in it, like magic and whatnot. And then you write down how many pages it is. Okay.
90.
Yes. Right. And so then I left spaces here. And if you don't have enough room on the paper, you can write it in your notebook. That's fine too. Right. Where you just pick your favorite character of the book. And they don't have to be the main character. They can just be your favorite character. And you'll describe them for me, right? Like, what do they like? What is their personality? How do they behave? Do they have hopes and goals? Maybe your favorite character in the book is a bad guy and he has a goal and it's to destroy like everyone else, I mean, so it doesn't always have to be a good guy. And then you list, well, what type of character are they? Are they the villain?
I don't like bad guys.
You don't like bad guys? Sometimes I like the villains, but not when they're really evil. I only like them when they're misunderstood. Like, so they're not really evil. But is your character the victim, right? Are they a side character? Are they like a best friend type? Are they comic relief? Do you know what comic relief is, Colin? Okay. So comic relief is someone who is there as a character just to make you laugh. Right? That is their whole purpose.
Laugh?
Yeah, they're only there to make you laugh. They are the funny person in the story. Yeah. They always do silly things or get into trouble or whatever. Right? Like if we were talking about the movie Frozen, Olaf is a comic relief because he always does silly things and he makes you laugh every time you see him, right? Yeah, he does lots of funny stuff. So he is the comic relief, right? He's a lovable comic relief character, right? And then down here where it says, I disliked this book, because you will pick whether you liked the book or you did not like the book, right? And then you explain why. So you're just going to circle or color in whichever box you pick, right? Then at the bottom here, you will pick 5 cool words that you found from maybe they were words that you didn't understand. Maybe they were words that you thought looked really awesome. You just saw the words as you were reading. You're like, whoa, deba, right? And you just write them down, And then you write the word down and you write the definition. But here is the part that is a little difficult, right? When you write the definition down, Teacher Katie wants you to also write down in parentheses how you pronounce it, the phonetics. Do you know what that is? Okay, I'll show you. Let me get one of my dictionaries. Hold on. Teacher Katie's dictionaries. I have so many books over here. Where did I don't know where my dictionary went to. Okay, So for example, say I have, oh, here, I'll use my dry erase board. Okay, so say for example, I have the word machine, right? Well, the pronunciation guide for that is going to go like this. Ma, and then a dot to separate for the syllables, and then sheen, like this. This is a pronunciation guide. Normally they are in parentheses. Let me go to the dictionary website and I'll show you how I want you to write your definitions, okay? Let me pull it up and I'll share the screen. Where is my easy dictionary? It's my, oh, there it is. I found the Learner's Dictionary. Okay, it will look like this. Let me share the screen instead. Okay. Ta-da. This is one that Americans use for like learning. But let's put, and different ones use different pronunciation guides. Let's just use machine, right? Now, this is normally, this part here is normally a pronunciation guide. They use very specific symbols, but I don't want you to do that. I just want you to write it down, right? How it sounds to you, right? If we weren't using special letter rules, right? Or vowel pair rules and things like that, how would you write it if you had to explain how it sounds to someone else? So like here, the A sounds like is normally a U sound, which is why I put a U. Ma, and then sheen. Well, this CH sounds like how an SH normally sounds. And then you have a double E or a long E, right? So you can either write it down as a double E or you can write it down as a long E if you want to. Anytime you put a line above a vowel like that, that shows that it's a long vowel. But it's just that, just a pronunciation guide while you're writing it down, okay? So yeah, so you'll write the word, then you'll write the pronunciation guide, then you just write the definition, like, you know, a piece of, and so on and so forth. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, cool. All right, so let's go back to sharing the other one. Okay, so that's what you'll do for that page. Then on this page, oh, we have a bit of fun, right? I see a conflict and resolution. And look, it's a pair of glasses. What is the main conflict? What is the resolution to that conflict? Do you know what conflict is?
No.
Ah, okay, I'll explain it to you then. That's cool. We're discussing about it, right? That way you know how to do your worksheet and you also are learning cool things. So a conflict in a story is when they encounter a problem, right? A major problem or a large fight or argument or something goes wrong, okay? and it's like a big thing that goes wrong. Then they have to find a way to solve it or fix it, right? And that is the resolution. So in our book, for example, what was the major problem?
Mm, um,
What was the big problem they were trying to fix?
Sapari is sick.
Yes, Kepri is sick. Yeah. And so how do they solve that problem?
Mm, by going to the pyramid and meeting Katari's moon twin.
Yes, they meet Kepri's moon twin. Exactly. So we have a conflict, right? Or a problem. And then we have a resolution, or we have how they solve it. Okay. And so that is what I mean by conflict and resolution, right? And they need to go together for you to have like a complete, well-written story. Yeah. Then we have down here a cool picture frame where you can do some drawing if you want to. Do you like to draw? Yeah. Okay. So this is our picture perfect setting, right? Do you know what the setting is in a book?
Mm, where the character is.
Yes, it is where the characters are and where the action and what's happening takes place, right? So it's where everything is going on and where the people are. And that is the setting. There can be multiple settings, but I just want you to draw the main setting of the book. So the place that they're at for most of the book, right? So you just draw that inside of this picture frame here, right? And then below it, you're going to describe the setting to me. Well, what type is it? Are they in the jungle, the forest, desert, mountain, city, right? Like in the first book, mostly they were in a cave, right? But they were in the castle, weren't they? They were just in a cave underneath of the castle, but they were in the castle.
They were in the pyramid.
Well, yes, for this one, they were at the pyramids. But it's like, for example, our last book, the previous one, they were in the castle for most of the book, right? So that would be the main setting. And so we would have drawn the castle, right? Or the cave would have been fine too, but probably the castle because that is the main setting. So for here, yes, you would draw the pyramids, right? Make it look nice and you can color it in however you want to. But then down here, you just describe it to me, okay? And use a lot of adjectives. Tell me, like, were they there during the day, during the night, maybe both, right? How long were they there? Things like that. Or what kind of buildings or plants, right? And then for the last part, you get to rate the book. How well did you like it? How many stars would you give it? And you just color in. You would give it 5 stars? Wow. Awesome. Well, then you would color in all 5 stars. And that is how your worksheets are going to go. And they're all going to look like this, right? So it's pretty standard. And we'll do these for each of the books, okay? And that is how you will get your writing practice in also. So, we can fill these in during our class. You can fill them in after. I'm going to send Miss Linda this sheet here and she's going to send it to your mom, right? And then your mom is going to give it to you. She's going to be like, here you go, Gowan, right? And then you'll just fill it out and do all the cool coloring. And next class, you're going to share your colors with me. Yes, ma'am.
Katie teacher, my mom doesn't talk that nice.
I I'm sure she does. Oh my goodness. I'm sure your mom is a wonderful
She
lady.
only talks like when I do my homework by myself.
Oh no, I'm sure that your amonim is like so nice.
I'm not sure.
Ah, you're not sure. Everyone's mothers like their kids.
She's next to me.
She is. I'm sure she's nice to you. Does she bring you
She heard
snacks?
it. No, she heard it.
She doesn't bring you snacks. I'm sure she brings you snacks. She makes you things you like to eat, right?
I got it today because I only got it today only because I got a test on my Polly. Not Polly.
So did you do well or did you do poorly?
Uh,
Did you get a high score or a low score?
First, I got a perfect score, but
Nice.
I'm doing
So then you did
another
excellent.
one. I'm gonna do another one today.
So you got a perfect score. That means
Not
you did
yet.
like, no, not yet.
We did. I didn't get the score yet.
Ah, so you have, so the first one you did, you got a perfect score. Then you did another one, but you don't have the score yet. What? Your first score was perfect though? Oh, oh, that's awesome. Ajushal. This is very nice. Yes. You gotta put your arms in the air when you get a good score. You gotta be like, Negache Chalaga. I am the very best.
I think
like,
I can't do it in front of everyone.
You could do it quietly in your room. You could just be like, you make sure your door is like, and nobody's around. You just quietly to yourself, like, Negache Chalaga.
My mother laughed.
Yeah. All right. So this is how we're going to do our worksheets and stuff. I'll send this along after your class is over. But for right now, we can go through some of these points before you fill them out. So who was your favorite character of the book?
Kapari.
Yeah. You liked her the best? What do you like about her?
She shoots rainbow. But,
yes.
And I like rainbow.
I like rainbows also. Kepri is a very cool dragon. I love that she's like yellow and white, right? She's very pretty.
Isn't it sky blue?
Yeah, but in the books, well, yes, the illustrations have her sky blue, but in the books they describe her as yellow and white. I think they're just talking about her main body part and not her wings and her underbelly and stuff. But I like her feathers. I think it's cool that her wings are feathers.
I like her wings.
You do?
No. I like her mouth.
Yeah, it is interesting looking compared to the other dragons, for sure. It's funny. Okay. What else do you like about her?
She is bright.
Yeah, she is. Right? Is she a friendly dragon? What type of personality does she have? Because even the dragons have personalities.
She flies the best. And Um,
That's okay.
hmm?
Would you say that she is a main character
No,
or a secondary character or
second.
an ancillary character? There's a new word. Do you know what an ancillary character is? It's someone in the background. It's like if teacher Katie went to Korea and they were shooting a movie and they just needed like a random American person to walk across the screen, like, just like extras, right? Teacher Katie would be an ancillary character. I don't really talk a lot, right? You just see me in the background. I'm just one of many, many people, one of many, many characters, right? So like the thieves in the book, they're ancillary characters.
Kapari is an ancillary character.
No, she's more like a secondary character because she's not the main character, but she still has a huge part in the books, right? So she would be a secondary character. Kind of like how Harry Potter is the main character in the Harry Potter books, right? But his friends Hermione and Ron are secondary characters.
I don't know Harry Potter.
Oh, you don't know Harry Potter? OMG. Come on. We will have to get you into some Harry Potter at some point.
No,
No?
I don't like Harry Potter.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question then. If you like books about dragons, do you think as as our classes get harder, right? After this book series, do you think you would like books about animals that
What animal?
I will tell you, they go on adventures, they fight with swords, they're little mice and badgers and rabbits.
That's fantasy.
It is fantasy, right? So, like it's good for us to do some fantasy books, but then we should also do some like historical, nonfiction. We should do some nonfiction too. We should
I
work them
love
in.
fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy is a lot of fun, right? There is this book series, and I have a really nice version of the book. I'll show it to you. Hold on. Teacher Katie has a lot of books.
I think I have more books.
Oh, really? I don't know. I've got a whole thing full here and bookshelves and above my door. They're just full of books.
Above the door?
Yes, I have a bookshelf above my closet door. Just a whole shelf, just nothing but books. All right, so this book series is called Redwall. Hold on, I'll stop share so you can see it bigger. Ta-da! And
cute.
All right. And let's see, do I have my little characters? And then, no, I don't have my little statues down, but I have statues of them too, because this is one of my favorite book series, right? And I figure after the dragons, we can get into this because the English in these books is so difficult. But I feel like you could really take on that challenge.
No.
After we're done with dragons, it's going to be, there are 19 books in this series. That's at least 17 more weeks of learning.
Yay!
And then, because then after that, we're swapping to nonfiction. But then when we go back to fiction, maybe we'll do these books. And they're a lot of fun.
Long.
They are long, which means you will probably do a couple chapters each week, but not the whole book. But
One
I don't
chapter.
know. Oh, there's lots of chapters. I'll show you. There's lots of chapters. This one I got signed by the author.
Ooh.
Yeah, my mother-in-law gave it to me.
I want to see the author.
Oh, what the author looks like? Oh, he looks like this. He is a Scottish man. He is no longer alive, right? He passed away, but he wrote many books.
I thought he was a grandpa.
He is a haraboji, right? well, I know some words, okay? Hagumacho kumheyo. But this one has a lot of chapters in it, okay? And it has different books in it. So you have book 1, book 2, book 3. It divides the book into 3 main sections, all right? That way you can easily go through. But this one is really cool because it has something called colloquialisms. And that's an advanced English thing. Colloquialisms are, oh, sorry. I thought someone was knocking on my door, but they were knocking on the door of my son. Colloquialisms, and this will be the last thing we talk about before we discuss your book next class. That is when you have regional dialect or speech. So imagine that you were reading a book and it is in Korean, and then all of a sudden you look inside your book, right? And they're using a standard neutral Korean. But then all of a sudden you see some dialogue and it's in Satori. Well, that would be colloquialisms and regional dialect. And some of the dialogue in these books, right, is written that way with Scottish or English brogue, right? And those types of things are important to learn when you are learning English, because the more difficult books will use a lot of that, right? Especially when you get at the level where you can begin to read things like Shakespeare. Ooh. At that point, then teacher Katie's going to have to teach you something called Middle English, which is an older style of English. It's like way, way long ago, like, so long ago, back before they had like cars and stuff.
1901.
Yes. Well, back in the 14 and 1500s.
100,000. No,
think like 600-700 years ago. Yeah.
I thought it was 900.
Well, they had their, and and we might talk about it when we start into our nonfiction, but in English, they had this transitionary period, right, where they had Old English, right, back during the medieval times. And then they transferred during the Renaissance era to something called Middle English, which was halfway between Old English and modern day English, right? So Shakespeare uses Middle English, but someone like Chaucer, who's a really old author, an English author, he would use Old English. So, these are things that much later. But to start off with, colloquialisms and regional dialects. So we can look forward to that book series after we finish this one and we do our nonfiction series. Or sorry, our nonfiction series. Yes, at which point we'll pull up cool like books and articles about real people and history and geography and cool places. What is your favorite thing in the world? Animals? We can do that. No.
But this is not true.
Do you like space?
No.
No. So not animals, not space. What about the ocean?
No.
No. Mm, do you like history?
Little.
Yeah. All right. I've been learning some about Korean history. We could pull up some books about money grandpa.
Money.
Yeah, the money grandpa, the awesome ultimate Sejong the Great. He invented Korean language.
Did I hear money?
I like to call him money grandpa. He's the money haraboji. He's on your money.
Is he going to give me money?
No, but his picture is on a lot of the money. And from what I've read about him, he was a super cool person. Yeah. All right. Well, our class is over, right? I have another class I have to go to. So I will see you next time, Gaon, and I will send the worksheet. Bye.